Good morning, cyber traders, and happy Thursday, everybody. On a half a day here, the eve of 4th of July. Good to see you all. Grant, Michael, Gillis, Lita, everyone, welcome back. It looks like it's going to be a very exciting morning. You know what? A lot of people probably were considering taking off today, but I might think that might be a bad idea. It looks like a lot of you showed up this morning, which is awesome. Plus, I'd like to welcome all the new members here that are on the trading floor and everybody on social media. Welcome back. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fun day today. It looks like the beautiful bill is going to be passed. It seems so weird. I'd call it the beautiful bill. I don't know what that means, but kind of put these spins on it. What a weird word of saying it. But yeah, it looks like it's going to pass the House. Market's really reacting really well to it. Looks like they like it. We kind of knew that they were going to pass this bill. But the market does like it. I think the only big thing that you're hearing in the news right now is, President Trump is harassing Powell to resign, to lower interest rates. And, is it political, whatever it may be. But if we could just get those interest rates to come down a lot, back to where they were, I mean, you could probably see 50,000 on the Dow, maybe even higher. S&P could probably even sit 7,000. So if you're short, you're screwed. If you're long, you're looking pretty bright and looking pretty rich right now. So anyway, a lot of things on my watch list that we're watching is obviously looking like really well, doing pretty well. A couple of stocks that were moving pretty nicely yesterday. We'll touch upon them. Webull being one of them. I did a video on Webull, and remember, we were talking about Hood. I just want to bring this up really quick. So Hood had a huge run up from $40 to about $100. And and like I said, it started getting expensive. It really was getting expensive. What was really cool about the Hood trade is that there was this monster iceberg order at $100. And you could see it was having a tough time breaking 100. Now you see it down to 95. Those iceberg orders are key when it comes to trading. And, hopefully everybody who owned it took a profit and did pretty well on it. Now, I did another video on NVIDIA, and I was wrong, okay? And there was this big, you heard about this big iceberg order we saw at 45, 50. Stock was already at 160. It started backing off. You could see it here. This is when I made the video. I got a little nervous right here. But it started backing off here because the insiders news came out, $1 billion was sold. It kind of made sense. But you know what? Things change. Things change on the dime. And I actually went long again. I bought it back. So this is the big thing about being a day trader. We could be arch enemies, and all of a sudden we could be best friends. Okay. Things change. Anything could change. You know what I mean? So this is why people coming back, I'm like, wait a minute, you said it was not a good stock. I'm like, yeah, but all of a sudden things could change, You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be so bearish on the market and say, oh, then in the next 3 months, I think the market's going to be down like 15, 20%. And all of a sudden the Fed chair lowers rates by a point and be like, well, I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? So I'm not bullish anymore. I'm bullish. I'm bearish like I was. So these things change, and that's why it's important that you're a part of everything. Job reports are better than expected too, Michael. And that was the other big thing we were looking at too. The job reports came out. That also is helping out. So, all these things are coming into fruition. That's really helping us out a lot. So we're doing really well on some really good swing trades, and just going across the board. The only thing about doing the swing trade is just getting a good deal on them. You know what I mean? There were some really good deals on certain stocks. You just got to be able to just, get rid of the ones that are not going anywhere and the ones that are going. Now, remember, we were talking about this in phase 3. We did a couple of trades yesterday in phase 3. And for some of you miss it, you'll probably, you should go watch the video. But it wasn't the greatest day. It wasn't as good as the past one I did. But you learn what it's like to trade in a bad market. You've learned what it is like to just make your money in pre-market and call it a day. But when you have something that's not moving and everyone else is jumping on something that is, you got to just know how to cut your losses. You can't make it work. If it's not going to work, you got to move on. And that's the biggest thing that you learn when it comes in the psychology part about it, when it comes to trading. So anyway, that was basically the big thing that we did yesterday. and we kind of cover. Now, a couple of stocks I just want to touch upon that we did trade yesterday. For some of you that did not trade it, SBET is looking really, really good. I'm putting SBET back on the watch list. Some of you remember SBET. We traded this stock right here. It was down to $2, ran to about 120. Yep, that sure did happen. And then was a great short squeeze, came all the way back down, and she's starting to move again. She had a lot of support levels right around here, around the 820. So she's almost a double from where we're at, but she's looking pretty damn strong going into the afternoon, and she's doing pretty good today. I'm throwing that back on our watch list. And so once again, that's basically what we got going on. Webull also back on the watch list. Bull is going to be another one that did really well yesterday. MSTR had a really good move yesterday, but it's kind of flat. You know, you can always trade the ETF when it comes to that. Coin also did pretty well yesterday. Hold on, this is not what I'm looking at. I want to look at 2 days. There we go. Coin did really well too. What else that we had that did well? A lot of brand name stocks. RGTI, Rigetti holding pretty strong right here, and SONN, another really nice afternoon runner. This stock was awesome. Ran from $1 to $4, one of those 400% movers. All right. So remember, always remember, think of Christmas, right? When Christmas, everybody prepares for Christmas. It's all about Christmas presents. Well, here at CyberTrading University, it's always Christmas Eve. So there's always, every day is Christmas Eve here. There's always going to be something new that's going to be coming out. So always remember that. Let's go through the watch list and see what's going on, because I think today we're going to have to focus on brand name stocks. All right. So a lot of brand name stocks are doing pretty well. Tesla made a little bit of a comeback. You could have got a pretty good deal over here when it had that little correction right here. I actually went long on Tesla again. I bought it back yesterday. So it's looked like it's doing pretty well right here. So it still looks like it's pretty cheap. So, but regarding about the news, TSLA, I just want to let everybody know, did everyone read the bill a little bit? So at the end of the year, they're going to take the EV mandates. Okay. So if you're looking to buy and want to get that $7,500 credit, you better do it before the end of the year. Okay. So these cars are probably going to be selling a lot of them. And then obviously, you know, don't worry. I'm not worried about Tesla. They got the robots. They got the auto taxis, everything else. They're going to be fine. So that's that one. Solar stocks, those mandates are going to be gone. Okay. So if there's companies that are public, they're going to get hurt. Big overhead. And that's a pretty big mandate. A third of their, coming out as a tax credit is a very, very big loss right there. So that's another one right there. So I would keep an eye on those two things. So, but you could always tell how the stock's doing. Rumors out, buy on news, sell on rumor, buy on rumors, sell on news. That's where things happen, right? Well, it looks like the news is out and doesn't look like it's really getting affected too much. NVIDIA is obviously doing pretty well. NVDA. Put that on the watch list. We got Webull. We got Palantir making a big comeback. Palantir took a very big hit too. Palantir was all the way up a high around 148. It dropped all the way down to about 130. Palantir, PLTR. Now remember, a lot of you know a lot of the ETFs that we trade. And you know what's so funny? I was just talking to somebody this morning, a relative actually, and he was telling me, he's like, wow, I'm doing really good in the market. And he goes, but the problem I have right now is everything's expensive. I want to buy more. I'm like, well, why don't you just buy the ETFs? He's like, what do you mean? I mean, you didn't, they didn't know that there's PLTU. They didn't know that there was TSLL. Didn't know there was TSLY. He's like, really? I didn't know that. There's a high yield. It's amazing how many people don't know about these things. And that's why being here at CyberTrading University is how you basically learn all this stuff. What else that we got going on here? As in other stocks that are moving in the most active, I'm not super excited on the most active, okay? Not really that much. They might make a move. You might get a push like this one up 166%, but you could see it gapped up pretty high. It's on a downtrend. Those go on the B list. This one just came out of nowhere. CMND. This is why I like to trade. Start at 9:30. This one just made a big move up 33%. Let's go check level 4. See what's going on over here. CMND. Oops. CMND. There we go. Let's lay up the do it. Let's get the data on this thing right here. see where the orders are. All right, so we got a couple orders out here showing up here at $1.20. Just started backing off here. Sellers showed up here. Not the prettiest rainbow. All right. Let me go just check out the brand name stocks on Tesla. You can see 325, 320, NVIDIA, 159 to 160. We get that past 160, 165. Looks pretty good. What's Bitcoin doing this morning? For some of you who don't know, we're getting close to 110,000. So looking pretty good on Bitcoin. So IBIT should be doing pretty well too. IBIT almost at the highs right now. IBIT. Let's look at the resistance levels. That's a big resistance level. 110,000. Chuck is saying the LIXT in the trading floor. Yeah, wow, great call right there. That thing just came out of nowhere. She's right now number 5 on the list. Absolutely, my friend. Good call. Very good call. Where's the orders out there on that one? LIXT. Let's see where the orders are. Yeah, big order got filled here at 220. Look at that thing ripping. Nice, Chuck. Way to go. All right. You know, I made number 2 on the list. Just made it up there. This is a new IPO. Scratch that out. Scratch that. 34%. This one's a good brand. The list is pretty big, though. MINM. We trade that stock before. Put that on the watch list. No good, no good, no good. SBET, we already got that on the list. We already talked about that one. And that does that. Losers. I didn't see anything good there. Anything pop up new? Anything pop up? Nope. New York Stock Exchange had crap. I didn't see anything on the New York Stock Exchange. Everything was old junk there. Losers. Nothing right there. Bank of Montreal. Robin. Okay, that's basically the that's Hood. That's Hood right there. But yeah, we're getting a big push on that LIXT. So good call on that. All right, traders, let's get ready for the market to open up. Remember, the market closes at 1 o'clock today. So it's going to be a lot of action going from today all the way up. So we'll probably get a little bit of a break around 11 to 11:30. And then we're going to come back. We will do an afternoon meeting. So I think we'll probably do it at 12 o'clock. We'll broadcast it. Josh will broadcast it, and Rich will broadcast a little bit later in the afternoon. But remember, it is half a day, and the market is closed tomorrow. So happy birthday, America. Happy birthday to all of us. I'd like to wish my wife a happy anniversary. It's our anniversary, 27 years today. So I want to wish her a happy anniversary. And I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. All right, guys? Good luck. Happy trading. If you're watching on social media, almost forgot, you could always come and join our trading floor. We're going to be live here all day long. Just click on this hyperlink right there that you see. It's on the screen. Take your phone, scan the QR code, and you can come and join us. We're here all day, all right? Oh, and one last thing. Almost forgot. If you joined my event yesterday and you did a trial today, please make sure you watch the videos, talk to Education Advisor, and if you got an appointment with me, I look forward to talking to you. Once again, all right. See you in 15 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Good luck and trade safe.